Alrighty then. Hello everybody, welcome. Hopefully my thing is showing up. No, it's not. Why is it not showing up? There it is. Alright, so we're just waiting for the, I don't know what these guys are doing. I think they're just pulling out to see their pit boxes. Hello there, Deerfoot Defender and Tanner. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're at Imola today. It's going to be a very interesting race. In qualifying and practice, they were crashing all over the place, so we're going to see how the race goes. We also, you guys missed Suzuka because we didn't stream it, but they had a lot of issues last race, so it's going to be interesting for this one. But we are, as we go to the track here, or whatever, we're going to go on board with John, who is in 5th place, just because I want to. So this is, as a reminder to you guys, this is the Plumb Contracting and Hillhurst Hardware Formula 1 League that we are hosting here. Hello! Long time no watch. One of your favorite tracks, Johnner? Yeah, this is it's gonna be fun. That's definitely for sure. This track is a hoot. These guys are doing about 121s, 122s, I think. So, as we are almost here, lights out. Here we go, off the races. Levi got an amazing start. John, not such a good start. Eric is driving for Ken Evans today again. Nice little move up the inside. Levi and Anthony going wide. Anthony getting a little bit squirrely. Aiden taking the lead. The Ferrari on pole. Now we going to the second chicane. Jeffrey getting a little bit close. I think that was Anthony or Neil in the background again spinning out. Probably Anthony. By the looks of it, all the way down at the back of the pack again. Yeah, long time no watch. We have only streamed about 5. This will be the 5th stream, the 5th and final stream. I'm not here next week for their last race of their series. Levi and Steve getting into a little bit of a tussle there. This is Steve's first time racing here, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does. Let's go on board. Actually, let's go on board Levi as he's catching up to Jeffrey here. We are not using DRS as well. Just because the DRS detection zones or zones don't actually work on this track mod. So we have turned DRS off, as you can literally have DRS open the entire way around the track. So we've decided to turn it off. Levi getting losing a little bit of time to Jeffrey there. Had a fun race, the NASCC and Assetto Corsa a couple of Fridays ago at Imola. The track lends to good racing. Yes, is that Assetto Corsa or Assetto Corsa Competizione? I haven't tried Assetto Corsa. I race competitively on Competizione lots, and we actually did. It was my first time doing Imola about 3 weeks ago now, and then today was my first time doing it in these cars. So looks like Anthony and Neil both have lots of damage. They're going to be in the pits for a bit. Fixing the damage on these cars is not a fun experience, as John and Jeffrey and Anthony I think like 4 or 5 of them had some issues with the Levi way off. Steve getting a little bit squirrely. The curbs on this track will kick your butt really bad. So go on board John. He just caught up to Ken, which is actually Eric. As you can see, Anthony's been in the pits for 55 seconds. The OG. Oh, the Ferrari 312's cool. Oh, Jeffrey off in the gravel, spinning across track. Or that was Jeffrey, yeah. Easy, Jeffrey. That was an iffy one. Aiden with the new fastest lap time. Aiden's just kind of pulling away from everybody now. This is going to be a runaway race for him, I think. Aiden and Nick, probably my 2 favorite drivers to watch. Super smooth, super relaxed, super confident, very patient when they need to be. And Eric has John right on his butt. Looks like Anthony had a lot of damage. He's been sitting there for 2 minutes. That's not good. This is gonna be a good battle. John's right on his heels. Let's go on board with John here. See how he can catch up to Eric. Yeah, easy on those curbs. Patient coming out, losing a little bit of time. Coming into this last chicane, the very, very hard chicane. If you touch those curbs like that, yep. Don't want to touch those curves at freaking all. Steve and Levi having a good little battle now. Oh, the Steve gets squirrely. Did Levi do the same thing? Levi did the same thing. These curbs, man, I tell you, these curbs. Jacob having a good race up into 5th place. Just keep it on track. That's all we want to see. Levi should catch him and pass him pretty easy. Levi is a more skilled driver than Jacob, but Anthony's still sitting there. Holy. I'm going to say this is karma from last race when he killed his brother and gave his brother 422 seconds worth of damage. Levi, literally what we tell people not to do when you race, do not look at the car in front of you when you're going to a braking zone. And that's exactly what Levi did right there. But yes, John's all by himself. Aiden's just out front. The Ferrari taking the lead. Nick's actually not too far behind him. Oh, going a little bit wide. Nick having a 2-second gap to Aiden in first. We will have every driver has a dedicated pit stop, which I'm not sure. I think it's lap 8 to 14 is when they have to pit. Lap 8 to 14 or 8 to 15. I'm not sure. But everybody has to make one pit stop, and then they can finish their second stint, if you want to call it that. Let's go on board Jeffrey here. Looks like he's got Neil on his butt. Neil's got to try to unlap himself. Aiden slowly putting in better lap times. Oh, there's another yellow flag. Sector 2. Jeffrey going off track. Yeah, don't want to hit those curbs. Oh! Steve all the way off. Neil has unlapped himself. He's officially unlapped himself from the last car that he had to unlap himself from. Eric's having a nice little race here in 3rd place. I know it says Ken Evans. We're just giving the points to Kenton because he is actually the one racing in the league. Eric is just a fill-in driver. Anthony's still sitting in the pit lanes. Like I said, that's got to be karma. He gave his brother, Jeffrey, 422 seconds worth of damage at Suzuka. He just barreled into the back of him and killed them both. But, I mean, Anthony only had about 220 seconds worth of damage. There we go. Anthony's finally out of the pit lane after 5 minutes of sitting still. He is 3 laps down. Poor kid. Where everybody's all spread out now. Levi's got some nice clean air. See if he can just drive, keep it nice and steady. Levi also just got his Thrustmaster SF 1000 wheel. It literally, he walked in the door of the shop and he got the delivery notification, so he flew all the way home to pick it up, and now he's using it to race today. So I will say it's a very nice looking wheel. Very, very nice. The paddle shifters are super nice. Aiden has pulled out up to a 3.5 second gap to Nick now. Let's go on board. Everybody's so spread out. Let's go on board with Eric for a bit. We'll give everybody a little bit of onboard screen time, just because everybody's so spread out. We got to give everybody a little bit of screen time here. You could probably hear them yapping in the background. I'm into the fast left-hander before we come back down the hill. Let's give Aiden a little bit of screen time. That bright red Ferrari. These are the 2021 Formula 1 cars. As the 2022s apparently just got released yesterday or today or something. So we are going to be doing some testing with them this coming week, and then we'll probably be filtering them into cars that we can have people drive. Aiden's having such a good clean race, super consistent. He's up to a 4.3 second gap now. Let's go on board with Nick for a bit. As Nick comes around, he can see him. Nick can see him. Aiden improving that fastest lap every lap he comes across the line. Shows you how consistent he is. Eric just posted the fastest third sector. So Eric's trying to push too. Go on board with Levi here for a second. So we have Ferrari in first, Alfa Romeo in second, and McLaren in third. John is in the pits. I don't know if he has any damage, but he is in the pit lane. Nice and smooth. I'm going to say John has damage. This is actually a very nice, smooth looking lap from Levi. This is probably one of the nicest laps I've seen him drive. Yeah, the big switchback coming through the chicane. Alright, let's go on board Jacob here. Coming to the double right-hander. Slowing down just a little bit too much. Too soon, too early. The social media thing, that banner that just came up, I gotta change it. For whatever reason, it's not actually working to change, so that will be changed for next streams. John definitely has damage. He's been in the pits for a minute already. Holy. He knows that all too well. Last race, it was a 30 to 35 minute race. He spent 25 minutes of it in the pits. He did not have a fun race last week or a couple weeks ago, and this week he is he's trying not to do it. Apparently it's happened again, so now he's coming out. He only had a minute 20-second pit stop, so that's actually not too bad. As we're on board Steve, this is his first time here, like I told you guys. Oh, Nick Bolensky gets a penalty. I don't know if that's a track cut penalty or if it's a speeding in the pit lane penalty. I didn't see him going to the pits, so I'm going to assume it's a track cut penalty. So it's going to be probably a drive-through. Steve not doing bad for his first time driving here. He's a little bit off the line a little bit. Turning a little bit too soon. Nick is going into the pits. I'm assuming he's serving his penalty. Let's go on board with Joe. A little bit wide there. Let's go on board with Jeffrey here. Oh, Jeffrey caught right up to Steve. Good call by Jeffrey to not push through the chicane. Oh, wing pieces all over the road. Somebody hit the curb just a little bit too hard. Another hard breaking point down the hill. Oh! That is actually super unfortunate. I don't know what happened. I'm going to assume Steve killed him. That is unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Aiden's just driving away. He's got 10-second gap now. Nick served his penalty, I'm assuming. Yeah, it must have been a drive-through because he wasn't stopped for very long. So Jeffrey's going to be in the pits forever again. Aiden just put down a 21.4. Good lap time. Everybody's too spread out. I can't follow everybody. Anthony's putting down some good lap times. He's catching up to Levi. He's trying to unlap himself here. So this is not for position. Let's see how this goes. These two have had some squabbles in the past, so let's see how this comes about. Now Nick is serving his actual pit stop. 4.7 second stop. Yeah. Oh, Anthony getting a little bit squirrely coming out of the chicane, pushing too hard to keep up with Levi. So Nick has served his drive-through and his actual pit stop. So he should be good for the rest of the race unless he gets another penalty. Oh, Neil gets a penalty this time. Neil doesn't get penalties very often. I don't know who to watch. Everybody's too spread out. Let's go on. Oh, John's catching up to Jacob. This is actually John unlapping himself from Jacob. So let's see how this... Let's go on board John. Let's see how this transpires. Because it's always an iffy one with these guys when it comes to passing slower cars that are a lap ahead of you. So we'll see how this goes. And Nick is just up the road too. So this is not for position. This is just John unlapping himself. Poor Jeffrey. Okay, Eric is now in the pits. 3.7 second pit stop. The McLaren's really pushing for that one. I can hear the teams yapping with each other, which is good. That's what I've been telling them to do the entire season, and they're starting to do it the last 3 races. John losing a little bit of time. It looks like he lost time in the chicane. Just trying to keep it on track. He doesn't want to take any more damage. Neil had a 29-second stop. Must have had a little bit of damage. Or he was serving his stop and go. It might have been a stop and go. Then poor Jeffrey. The 2 brothers again at the back of the pack. Anthony with the new fastest lap of 21.4. 21.435. That's 0.02 of a second faster than Aiden's fastest lap. So looks like John is faster in certain areas, but not all areas. Oh, John with a big spin. Oh, then he had to get. Oh no, John. That's unfortunate. Levi is caught up. Ooh, this is going to be good. Levi's caught up to Jacob. He's 1.6 seconds behind Jacob. And he looks like he's just flying. Oh, Savage Live Bomb up the inside. He did check up. Good job on Levi. That was very good checking up. Racing is all not just about passing people, but it's knowing when to pass people and reading what your opponent's going to be doing. And knowing when you can pass them and what they're going to do if you try to pass them. I don't know. It looked like the last camera angle, it looked like Levi did give him a little bit of a tap, a little bit of a nudge, but I don't think that was what it was that caused them both to go off. I think Jacob just didn't brake early enough and Levi just followed him off track. So Anthony's caught up to Levi again. Anthony is unlapping himself. This is just to unlap. He is 3 laps down, so honestly, I don't know what I would do in this position. I've never really been in this position before. 10 laps remaining. I'm always in the middle. Never mind. Anthony just spun himself out, so don't worry about it. I don't know if Aiden has pit yet. But he's just driving away. I'm going to say he's probably going to come in the pits this lap. If he doesn't have damage and he gets a good pit stop, he should be in the pits for about 28 to 32 seconds. So he should have about a 12-second gap to Eric behind him. And he's driving super good. That's a super nice line through there. Jeffrey's been in the pits for 5 minutes and counting. I don't mean to laugh, but that poor kid the last 2 races just not had any luck. Very nice line through there, nice and smooth. Aiden should be diving into the pits this lap, I would assume. Neil's still in the pits. There we go. Aiden's going into the pits. So Aiden has done his stop. Let's see where he comes out in regards to everybody else. Like I said, it could be anywhere from a 28 to a 32-second pit stop if he doesn't have damage. Didn't have damage, so it's a 6.1 second stop. That's pretty slow for Ferrari. So it's probably going to be about 32 seconds coming out of the pits. Oh, John and Steve had it coming together. Steve has got no... Oh, no, Aiden got a penalty speeding in the pit lane. That's going to hurt him. Steve's just driving. He's got no front wing. Steve is just giving her. He doesn't care. This first braking point is going to suck. And Neil gets a penalty. That must have been speeding in the pit lane too. Yeah, it must have been because he was just coming out of pit lane. Yeah, Steve, you got no downforce on the front end, dude. You got to really make sure. Levi is now 9 seconds behind Nick. Nick has actually come back up to third place after all of his shenanigans. His 2 pit stops he had, or his drive-through penalty, and then his pit stop, and then I think he got another penalty too. I can't remember. Oh, Levi off track for getting his braking point in the first corner. I have a feeling the stewards are going to be very busy after this race. All the crashes into turn 1. John's back out on track. Jeffrey's... Oh, Steve's got a penalty now. Yeah, drive-through penalty for Steve. Oh, off track because he's got no wing. He's got no wing. Anthony's out on track still. Aiden is now in the pit serving his penalty. Is Nick going to be able to pass him? I think Nick's got second place out of this. Oh, he's definitely got second place. Yep. 7 laps left, and he's got a. Nick has a 16-second gap to Eric. Oh, as he goes off track, that's not going to help him. Seems like turn 1 and the last 2 corners are the issues for these guys. Levi is starting to catch up. Aiden got another penalty for speeding through pit lane. Yep, Aiden got another. Oh no, they took it off. Okay. The pit exit line. There's no line, so it's kind of finicky when you have to turn your pit speed limiter off. And I think that's where a lot of these guys are getting their penalties, is they're pushing it when where the line actually should be. They're pushing it at the right point as they come over the line, but it's not registering it soon enough. And I think that's where a lot of their penalties are coming from. Levi is 6 seconds behind Nick. The pushing for a McLaren 1-2, and Aiden's got a push to try to get up into third place. He has a 25-second gap to Levi. This is going to be a good push. Jeffrey's finally out of the pits. He's honestly, Jeffrey, the last 2 races has not had any luck. Both times he's been hit from behind like super hard into a braking zone and had to spend 6 or 7 minutes in the pit lane. So coming down to the last couple races, his luck has just run right out, and I feel very bad for him. He's just got to drive now. And I mean, honestly, if it were me out on track and I saw Jeffrey coming up behind me, I would just let him go, knowing that it's not for position. And I'm in second, like if I'm in Nick or Levi, and I see Anthony coming up or Jeffrey coming up behind me, I would just let Jeffrey go. Like here being John, I wouldn't even try to fight with Jeffrey. I would just let him go, just because he's so far back. Like John has got 4 laps on Jeffrey. If John was smart, he would just let Jeffrey drive away from him. Jacob's having a good race. This is going to be his best finish, 5th place. This is easily going to be his best race. He's having a very good race. Levi's losing a little bit of time to Nick. Levi's gone down to just about 6.5, 7 seconds behind Nick now instead of the 5 that he was before. Whoa, Levi with a big little pirouette there in the second chicane. That was nice. Or the first chicane, that was pretty nice. Anthony with the fastest lap time of the race of a 1:20.2. That's a really good lap time. He's only about a second off of me. Of course, the car is getting way lighter now, and the track's getting rubbered in and stuff. So the car should technically be getting faster. It just takes a little bit to get used to. Because they start with 150 liters, they're probably down. I want to say they're using about 2.2 liters a lap, and we're 17 laps in. So they're probably down to about, they're almost down to 100 liters left in the tank. Which, I mean, that's 33% of the weight gone, right, of the car. So they should be able to push a little bit harder. The car should turn better. They should be able to brake a little bit sooner. Aiden's got a drive-through again. Where did he get his drive-through penalty from? I didn't even see it. Jacob trying to unlap himself. Yes, Jacob has been lapped by Eric. How's Steve doing? Steve's pushing away. He's got Eric coming up on his heels, so he's going to get blue flag pretty soon. John is behind Jeffrey. Like I said, if I were John, I would just let Jeffrey drive. Just let him go. Don't try to fight with him. He's not for position. He's 4 laps behind you. Just let him go. I was really hoping for there to be lots of battles this race. Everybody's just too busy crashing. Oh, that's a big crash. Where was it? John and Jeffrey. Like I said, John, just let him go, dude. Just leave him. He's 4 laps down. Steve's in the pits. So that's going to give John 1 spot back. Whoa! Yep, that was, John just said it. He was like, yep, that was a really bad move. That was, I wholeheartedly agree with that. Jeffrey is probably just going to call it quits after that, and I don't blame him. Steve gets another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Like I said, probably taking it. Ooh, Aiden with the fastest lap of a 1:20.05. Aiden just going for that extra point, trying to take it away from the top 3 guys. With 3 laps left. And who's he catching up to? Steve. Steve, who has another penalty and getting squirrely. Very easy move by Aiden. Just keeping it clean. He's carrying lots of speed around that hairpin. That's nice to see. Really pushing hard. Unless Nick makes a big mistake, I don't think Levi's going to catch him. Levi's down to 12 seconds behind Nick, so unless Nick spins out, Nick will get a 2nd place. And Jacob, if he keeps driving the way he's driving, it'll be his best finish of the season. That's a P5. That's awesome points for Alfa Romeo. This is such a good race for Jacob. He stayed out of trouble. I'm thinking Jeffrey is... Oh, Jeffrey's back out. Oh, Jacob with a spin. I think he was trying to avoid. What is Jacob doing? What are you doing, Jacob? What are you doing? Jeffrey's got to go super slow around all these corners now. Try to stay off the racing line. Limp that car back. He's got Levi and Jacob coming up on his butt pretty quick here, so... Well done to Jeffrey for letting them by and staying off the line. That is very well done with the damaged car. Kudos to Jeffrey, 100%. Sticking it out. I don't know. I'm assuming he's probably going to just try to finish the race and not pit. Just keep driving and finish the race. If I were him, that's what I would do. I wouldn't care where I finished at this point. I just want to finish the race. Yeah, he's going to get a drive-through because he cut the corner too many times. Yep, that's fair. Just add more salt to the wound. So if I were him, serve his drive-through, and then just limp the car around the track. That's all I would do. I would not stop. I would just do my drive-through. Steve, John. John lost a spot to Steve. He must have spun out. Oh no, I think that was when he tussled with Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey is going to fix his damage. It must have been like, it obviously was super, super bad, but I think if it were me, I would have just limped the car back around the track. Looks like Eric made a mistake because that gap to Nick came down like 3.5 seconds. I mean, it's still not enough. There's only one lap left, but other than that, I think this is a good race. This is actually not as exciting as I thought this race was going to be. I mean, other than the crashes that we've missed half of. Looks like it's going to be a McLaren P1, Alfa Romeo P2, McLaren P3. If everything stays the way it is, that's going to be some good points for McLaren. Jacob is going to help get some good points for Alfa Romeo with his best finish yet of a P5. If he can just keep it on track for this last lap. I wish it would tell me, instead of just saying crash in Sector 3, I wish it would just tell me who's in the crash. Oh, Anthony's off track. He's spending a lot of time doing that this race too. Now let's give Neil some time on the screen here. Neil hasn't had much time on the screen. Neil just here having a gale time. He doesn't care. He's just out to drive. Oh, Steve with a massive crash. Front wing and rear wing gone. That car's going to be hard as all hell to drive now. Aiden got another penalty. Aiden gets a drive-through. Looks like Eric gets a P1. Nick gets a P2. Levi's got to serve his drive-through. So I've never seen this before, so I don't know. And he's got to stop and go now. So according to my thing, he actually got... According to my thing, he didn't get... Levi did not get third place. He got fourth. So I wonder. Here comes John across the line. I'm going to have to figure this out because technically Aiden passed him while he was driving down the pits. And he passed him before he crossed the line. Poor Steve. Look at Steve's car. And here comes Anthony. Is really sketchy. Neil, oh, big. Ah, yeah, he's facing the right way. Good job. And then drives into the wall. Well, that was an interesting race with all of the that was very interesting. I was expecting that to be a lot closer with some of the guys, but everybody just started crashing out early, and that was it. So, yeah. I don't think we're doing any interviews today, guys. So that's gonna be it for us. I'm going to go out and give my congrats to all the guys, and then I'm going to have to go back and watch because I think Levi got P4. I don't think he got P3 because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong if you guys were watching. It looked like Aiden crossed the line before Levi did, even though Levi was in the pits. I think Aiden got second place. But I'm going to go back and watch the whole thing. Stewards are going to have a field day watching this race. Congrats goes to Eric with his first win ever. That's great for him. Nick with his second place. I think that's Nick's best. No, Nick finished first, but he got penalties, so he didn't finish. He only finished fourth or something in that race, technically with all the penalties. And then Aiden or Levi, whichever one it was. Congrats to the third place driver. I don't know who it was. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure did, even though we missed half the crashes. But we will catch you with our next stream whenever the heck it happens to be. I'm not sure, as we aren't streaming any more of these guys' races, and they only have one more race left. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next time, and keep posted on our Facebook page. That's when we'll be posting when we are going live and all that good stuff. So, definitely keep your eyes on there. Keep your eyes on Instagram and stuff, and we'll see you next time.